Hey Factoryites, here we are. We've just landed at Sydney Airport for the release of the new Midas digital console. We're keen to see what it's all about. Warren's just hiring a vehicle for us to get all the way over to Parramatta. Apparently it might take us 3 days to get there. It's a long way away from the airport. So, hello. Bit of security trouble there. Don't turn around. Don't turn around now. Right, look now. Yeah, no, she's gone. It's alright. So, yeah, we're pinning all our hopes and dreams on this new Midas digital console. Seems very, very good. Alright, well, here we are. We're here in Parramatta. We've arrived at Bosch 4 days later, a bit of travelling, and we're going to have a look at the new Pro6 Midas digital console as imported by Bosch. Here's our first look at it, and we're just going to wander in here and we'll just see what's going on. All pretty cash. Well, Factoryites, it's all happened, and we've come back the next day after a terrific run through with Richard yesterday, and we've been fortunate enough to be able to spend some time one-on-one with the great man himself. So, Factoryites, walk this way, and Richard Ferriday.
Morning, mate.
Tony, Factory Sound TV. Of course, Richard is the brand development manager for Midas and Klark Teknik, and of course we're looking at the Pro6, the new Midas digital console. So, Richard, could you just give us a brief overview of it? I know that it takes hours and hours to go through everything, but if we could just have a bit of a look at what this can offer.
Sure thing, yeah. Well, basically the Pro6 system comprises of the control surface itself, the mixing engine, which is in the rack over here, and then whatever type of input-output box is appropriate for the situation. So the control surface is a non-audio function, so it's purely control data. All of the audio processing goes on in the remote engine over here, and then depending upon what you're doing with the system, you have 3 different choices of input-output box. There's the Pro6's standard input box, which gives you 64 ins and 64 outs. There's a 24 in, 24 out modular box, and there's also a 24 channel 5-way active mic splitter. All of the 3 I/O options also work with our XL8 console as well as the Pro6, so as far as the mic amps and the converters are concerned, it's the same as the XL8.
Yeah, and that's a big thing about that too. With regard to getting from here to here, what options do we have?
We've got a Cat5 snake as standard, so we run 2 100 metre Cat5 cables, which gives us dual redundancy of 192 sends and 192 returns between the control surface and the stage. And
I think if we want to go longer, is there an option to go longer than 100 metres if we
can
need
do.
to?
If we need 100 metres, more than 100 metres, there's also a fibre optic option which you can run up to 500 metres.
And of course we would need to get something extra to be able to run the fibre optic, of course, wouldn't we?
All you need is the cable. The connections
it
are
comes already with the connection?
Both ends are standard, yeah.
They've thought of everything, haven't they, though? Look at that.
We hope so.
Yeah, yeah.
So we've got the dual daylight visible screens. Obviously, even in England, occasionally the sun shines, so if people are using the console, honestly, yeah. If people are using the console outdoors at a festival and the sun's shining, you'd need to be able to see the screens, so we've made sure that the screens are visible even in direct sunlight. It's a very compact control surface for the size of the mixer, and the way you navigate the control surface is by using groupings of related channels and colours. So we watch the way people use analogue mixers, and even though we put a nice numbered channel strip on all of our analogue mixers, people prefer to cover the numbers up with tape, and then they'll identify groups of inputs by musical function rather than numbers. And we just took this way of thinking and basically just automated it. So we've got all our drums. I've allocated red for the drum kit, but you could use any colour you want. Blue for the bass, yellow for the guitar, so on and so forth. Once you've programmed the VCA groups up, if you need one of the guitar channels, you just select the guitar VCA. That brings all of the guitar channels up onto the surface. Straight away you're into doing what you need to do, instead of having to think, what channel number is the guitar in, what layer or page is the fader on. So you've just got straight away, you're straight into exactly what you need to do. You don't have to think in terms of numbers whatsoever.
That's fast.
It's faster than me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we're all getting older, aren't we?
We certainly are,
Aren't we? Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that for all you viewers of Factory Sound podcast, you'll be able to see the Pro6 live in store, and we'll organise a run-through for anybody who requires such a run-through. So, Richard Ferriday, a pleasure to see you again. Thank you very much, and a terrific run-through yesterday. All right, here we are. It's the inner sanctum of Bosch. We've been here before, but they've got some more foliage and pot plants since we've last visited. Of course, here's Michael.
Tony, nice to see you again.
Step up over there so they can see you. We reckon he's the main man, but don't tell IJ that. Here's IJ.
How are you, Tony?
Good. Yep, good. Our Phill Webb. He's an interesting fellow. He collects things. What does he collect? Vintage Electrovoice microphones and shock mounts.
I have here a brand new mint condition 324 shock mount from the late 50s.
Brand new.
And it is designed to be used with this fellow, which is a Electrovoice 642 shotgun, and this is in his original tin, not a mark on him, and there's actually a pair of them with matching sequential serial numbers as a matched pair.
And are they yours, Phil?
And these are mine. And this particular microphone was the first piece of audio equipment to actually receive an Academy Award in 1963 for services to the motion picture industry in the US. I actually have 3 of them now, but only 2 in mint condition.
And he brings them to work with him every day because who knows what might happen to them at home.
And there's a genuine Electrovoice microphone tin from the 60s, and in it is a DS35. This microphone is probably famous for having a pop filter over it and some guy screaming "Born in the USA" into it. It was also the Cliff Richard wide for sound microphone. So
that's incredible, isn't it?
Don't worry about us on this side.
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, moving around. Moving around, of course, is Brian.
I have a matching set of telephones with sequential numbers, a bit like Phil's microphones. Yeah.
Yeah, good. That was, he'd been working on that one for 3 minutes, and it was worth it, wasn't it? Look, we don't know everyone else's faces, but look, they're hard at it, harder working than most wholesalers that we ever visit. Of course, Chris, good to see you as well. Thanks for having us here.
No worries.
We just did a bit of a run around the office. Shot some documents, see what we can follow up when we head back to Melbourne and so forth. So we'll nut something out with IJ, and if he can come to the party. All right. Well, thanks for that, right, Chris. Good on you, mate. We'll see you again. Cheers. Well, that's the whole crowd, and what a great bunch. It's kind of like a family feeling, isn't it? Like what we enjoy back in South Melbourne with Factory Sound. From us here in Sydney, it's bye-bye for now.